Hello. I know it's been a while, but I've had a few troubles with my hand. As you can see, the state of them is not fantastic, but I can finally bead now after about a month of not picking up a needle, or well, rather being able to pick it up, but very painfully. So I'm so glad to finally be beading again, and today I'm going to show you how I'm making this necklace using these Millefiori beads that I showed you in the last package that I opened from Beebeecraft. And these are such lovely beads. So I'm making this kind of asymmetric necklace design, but you don't have to make it asymmetric. The cool thing about it is you can make any coloring whatsoever. I'm going to show you how to make this element today and join one of these Millefiori beads to it. In the next video, I'm going to show you how to bezel with this crow technique. It's a cubic right angle weave technique, and we'll bezel this the evil eye together. I'll be making it in cobalt and yellow colors because the eye I'll be bezeling will be this one. So it's, yeah. So here we are, that's for the next tutorial, and today what I'm going to do is I'm going to proceed and finish this necklace with you. I'm going to show you how to finish it, and by showing you that, you'll know how to make the whole thing because it's so easy, but they're really fun kind of components that you keep joining them onto each other. So first of all, I made this component using square stitch, and I went, first row of 11 O's, second row of 11 O's, third row of 11 O's, then fourth row is 8 O's, fifth row is 8 O's, sixth row is 6 O's, and seventh row is 6 O's also. So, and then we take some 11 O's, we attach the Millefiori bead, we come back out of it and go along, and then create the second element row by row, and then we come up and then back to the top of the necklace, attach the next Millefiori, then a few more beads, and then we create row by row going down this element, then we go back up, and then again beads, and then attach the Millefiori, and then some more beads, and then we create this element. So now I'm going to go ahead. Ignore that I have two threads here, is because the other thread is just it's a short end that I haven't woven in yet, so we can ignore that completely. And now I'm going to show you how I did this. So for this I'm using some Czech Preciosa Czech beads that I got from Hobby Lobby, I think. So I have some 11 O's, 8 O's, and 6 O's. So 3 sizes of Czech glass beads. So let's start. How we attach the Millefiori for this necklace? Let me zoom in so that you see it a bit better. Okay, so we have our needle and thread, and for the whole necklace I only really require two double arm spans, so what is it, like four arm spans of thread, and that was enough. But I'll show you how to. I feel I'm already a bit out of practice making these videos, but let's carry on with it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pick up 7 11O beads. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, I'm sorry, and 8. Okay, that's going to be our central. So I pick up 8 11O beads. So once you've completed this element, which I'll show you how to make it in the next step, but once you've completed it, you'll come out of the top and you pick up 8 11-0 beads. Now we're going to go down into our Millefiori bead. We pick up one more 11-0 and we go right up through the same Millefiori. Okay, that's what we have. Then I'm going to come out of the other side of that, the 8th bead that we picked up. Okay, so we're gonna come out here. Right, forgot how to hold. Okay, gonna go, is it this way? Come out there, yep. Because we want our thread to keep going in the direction in which our necklace is growing, so we can pull it up. So now we have attached our Millefiori, and then I'm going to pick up 7 11-0 beads. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7. Okay, and this completes the middle sort of section in between the elements, in between the square stitched elements with the Millefiori. So now we need to pick up 7 more 11-0s. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7. And now these 7 beads, they'll be the top. So the last 7 beads that we just picked up, they are now the top of our element. And the way we proceed for the square stitch is I'm going to make the second row all white. I'm going to pick up two white 11-0s. I'm gonna go into the second bead from the edge, just the second bead, okay? Come out of it, and you'll see what, so we have this like little, don't worry about the thread sticking out, it'll all pull tightly together in a minute. So we have this kind of little cross or a set of 4 beads. So the 2 blue beads from the top row and the 2 white beads from the row below. Now we're gonna go into that last white bead, okay? So I'm gonna go like this, round it, and then pull everything tightly. Make sure all the beads are tight. I mean, they don't have to be like completely super tight, but you want all the beads to sit nicely together, and you don't want any thread to be visible in between. Okay. Right, so now we have, this is what we have. Let me do it like this, yeah. Now we pick up 1 white 11-0. We go, that's the third 11-0 in the second row, and we go into the 3rd bead of the 1st row. And that's how we keep doing, that's the pattern from now on. So, and then we go up into that same white bead that we picked up. And we close that loop. So now we have two rows of 3 beads. Okay. We pick up another 11-0. So this is the 4th white bead, and we go into the 4th blue bead below. Okay. And then we go back into the white. We keep looping around. So we go, here I'll try to explain it better with the next one. So we pick up another white one, and we go into the blue one in this direction. Yes, okay, towards kind of the edge of the necklace. Okay, the thread got caught. Okay, and then we go back into the white bead in that loop option. We don't cross over, we don't go like come out of this blue bead, we don't go this way into the white bead. Okay, we just keep making circles around 2 beads. Okay, let me tighten that. So now we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We need to do 2 more. So we have 1 more 11 white, so 6 white bead goes, and then we go into the 6th blue bead and back into the white bead, following the same thread direction. Okay, that we had. So then we pick up another white bead. Wow, 1 month of not filming any videos, and I'm completely out of practice of, well, I'm out of practice of beading, explaining everything. But hey, I'm beading again. That is, yeah, very happy about that. So there we are. One of my fingers still hurts a bit. So anyway, so now we turn it around and we proceed the same way from kind of the bottom up, or from the where we've been beading the necklace towards the edge of the necklace. Okay, so we do a 3rd row. Well, in my case, I'm doing 3 rows of 11/0. You may do whatever you feel like doing in whatever colors you feel like doing. So that's in the at first, at the edge of the row, we always pick up 2 beads. So here we are picking up 2 beads, but we always go into the 2nd bead only. Okay, so here we are going to the 2nd bead. Here we are, we have our kind of the 2 beads from the previous row with the 2 beads of the current row aligned, and we go into the 2nd bead, 2nd blue bead, and we just tighten everything nicely. Okay, so this is what we have now. I think some of that stuff, yeah, hopefully that's in focus. Okay, pick up, now we pick up 1 11/0 at a time. So we pick up the 3rd blue bead and we go into the 3rd white bead from the previous row. Okay, and then back into that 3rd blue bead. Okay, 4th bead, we go into the 4th bead from the previous row, and then back out of that 4th bead that we just picked up. Okay, 5th bead, we go into the 5th bead of the previous row, and back out of the 5th bead in the current row. Okay, 6th bead, go into the 6th bead of the previous row. Oh, beadwork got away from me. And then back up into the let's see if I can use the other finger. Okay, and then 7th bead, we go into the 7th bead of the previous row and out of the 7th bead in the next row. Okay, and we pull everything nice and tightly together. So here we are, we have 3 rows of 11/0. So the next steps are exactly the same, they're just with bigger beads. So now I'm gonna go for 11 O's, oh sorry, 8 O's. So I pick up 2 white 8 O's and I go into the second bead of the previous row. Okay, and then into the second 8 O of the current row. Oh, I wish I could. Right, then third bead, go into the third bead of the previous row. Make sure that when you're changing sizes, make sure that you are entering the correct bead each time, okay? Because with the size variance, you know, it may be a bit confusing, and you might think that you've already covered 3 beads, but you only covered 2, or you might think you covered 6 beads, but you only covered 5. So make sure that you go into the corresponding bead in the previous row, okay? So there we are. We pick up 4th bead, go into the 4th bead in the row below, back out of the 4th bead, go pick up a 5th bead, go into the 5th bead, don't skip, don't go into the 6th bead by accident. So 5th bead, and out of that 5th bead again, tighten, then 6th bead, and go into the 6th bead and out of the 6th bead in the current row. And now we take 7th bead and we go into the 7th bead of the previous row and out of the 7th bead in the current row, and we pull everything tightly. This is what we have. Turn it around, and now we take blue size 8s. Okay, so pick up 2 blue size 8s, go into the 2nd bead, only the 2nd bead, okay, and out of the 2nd bead in the current row. One more 8O into the 3rd bead of the previous row and out of the 3rd bead in the current row. 4th bead into the 4th bead of the previous row, out of the 4th bead in the current row. 5th bead into the 5th bead of the previous row, out of the 5th bead in the current row. 6th bead into the 6th bead of the previous row, out of the 6th bead in the current row. And then 7th bead into the 7th bead of the previous row, out of the 7th bead in the current row. And that's how easy it is to make these elements. So now let's do 2 rows of size 6 beads. So we'll pick up 2 size 6 beads into the 2nd bead of the previous row, out of the 2nd bead in the current row. Okay, next one. Let's see, with Czech beads there is a bit more variation in size than the Miyukis. So but they're still pretty even, so okay. Fourth bead into the fourth bead of the previous row, out of the fourth bead in the current row. Careful that the thread doesn't get caught. Okay, now fifth bead, okay, let's do sixth bead, and the seventh bead. Let's okay. Make sure you always do these kind of loop arounds rather than, you know, you don't do any figure of eights or cross over your thread anywhere. So with square stitch, if you need to revise, I think there's other videos that I know might explain it clearer for you how to do the square stitch. This is the way I do square stitch. So now we have blue 6/0 beads, so we pick up 2, go into the second bead of the previous row, out of the second bead of the current row. Okay, into the third bead, attach the fourth bead, make sure to tighten so things are aligned nicely. Then fifth bead, out of the fifth bead, and sixth bead, and out of the sixth bead, and seventh bead, and out of the seventh bead. Okay, and we tighten it all nicely. Okay, there. So coming out of this, the bottom row of the blue 6/0s, I'm gonna go into the all the way up and through the second row from the bottom of the 6/0s, then this row of 8/0s, then this row of 8/0s, white 8/0s now, I'm just zigzagging up and down to get my needle coming out of at the top row. So here we are. And then we are coming out of the top row, and it's gonna go right in the direction that we want it to, towards the edge of the necklace. Right, I'll go through this 6 first, and then through this one. Okay, so now from this point I'm simply going to make a herringbone rope going this way. So I'm going to pick up blue 8/0 and white 8/0, oh sorry 11/0, blue 11/0 and white 11/0, and I'm gonna go down into the white 11/0, and then I'm gonna come up the two blue ones. I'm gonna pick up again one blue, one white, I'm gonna go into the white below, and this is the herringbone stitch. So, and then we're gonna go up, I'm gonna go up the two blue ones. Okay, again one blue, one white, into the blue, or into the white, sorry, and then up, down one white, and up to blue, and that's how I'm just gonna keep going. That's it's very repetitive from this point, and you can just make that ribbon as long as you want or need. So that's all really we do. We pick up one blue, one white, go down one white in the previous row of the herringbone, and up two blue, and here we are, and that is how it's gonna go. This is how our neck. Let me quickly zoom out to show you. Yes. So, and that's how the rope, so I'm going to carry on and complete herringbone rope on this side and herringbone rope on the other side, and I'll have a complete necklace. I know it's a very kind of summery necklace, maybe for the beach. I'm a little late in the season for that, but well, for next year maybe, or if you go on holiday somewhere sunny. So here we are. This is our sort of nice beachy necklace. But then of course, if you choose some autumn sort of colors or wintry color, I suppose it would look, it might even look quite wintry if you just keep the blue and white tones only, and I don't know, make some kind of patterns within this kind of little matrix of the square stitched beads. So anyway, I leave it up to your imagination. So have fun with that, and I certainly had a lot of fun using this Millefiori, and they really add extra sort of pop to the beadwork. So have fun, and I'll see you hopefully soon to do this. Just a reminder, yes, here we are, to make the evil eye, or it doesn't have to be evil eye. It's a 12mm cabochon. This one that I got from Beebeecraft, and it's really fun. It has this sticker in the back, and it's like clear glass, and it's really fun. But we'll make this bezel. That's quite fun. It looks quite elaborate, but it's quite simple, and it really doesn't take that long to make. But it looks very rich. So anyway, see you soon. Bye.